Hi everyone, welcome back to Spirit and Strategy, the business growth podcast for spiritual entrepreneurs. I am Lola Sachat. I am a spiritual teacher, award-winning management consultant and chartered accountant, and recently turned spiritual entrepreneur and business growth strategist for other spiritual entrepreneurs. And today we are going to be talking about how to manifest a successful spiritual business. And guys, there are many flavors of spiritual teacher, right, that teach all sorts of different things. And I am very much a manifestation teacher at heart, right? I just feel that is one of our primary purposes here, is to be able to reflect what we see and perceive in the spiritual realm and cause it to be in this physical realm. And I find all of the spiritual laws and energetics that sit behind how we do that absolutely fascinating. And it's a key part of my work, right, to help people manifest their destiny primarily. So this is a topic I'm very passionate about. And, you know, why talk about spirituality if you're not going to have a little bit of root and manifestation, even in the context of business? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, if I look tired, it is because my baby has not been sleeping. He has not been sleeping. So we are fighting for our lives out here, right? We are fighting for our lives. But I'm delighted to be here to be talking to you guys about this topic today. So I am going to be talking about, in a sense, my manifestation process. I would consider myself to be a master manifester. So for those of you who have been following me for a while, you will know that, you know, like many people and many spiritual teachers, right, I have a pretty horrendous backstory, which I won't go into today. But what I will say is that despite all of that, I have been able to manifest a pretty incredible life. From my career, to my businesses, to my marriage, to my child, to my home. There is nothing major in my life that I haven't manifested. And yes, I've worked hard for it, but it has definitely been a combination of spirit and strategy, which is why I'm so passionate about bringing the 3D and 5D realms, if you like, together, because my life is really an example of how those two things go hand in hand. So I really feel like I understand manifestation. I understand as well that it's something very deeply personal. And I want to start by talking about what I actually think manifestation is, but then I'm going to go on to a few elements of my process as it relates to manifesting a successful business of any kind, but in particular spiritual business. So what is manifestation really? And I have really gone back and forth and evolved my thinking on what I really think it is, because for some people it's really just about action, taking action and making things happen, right? Brute forcing things to happen. And I don't really think manifestation is that. I think that it can be, like, it is a way to manifest. But for me, it's really about a partnership between the unseen and the seen realms. It is about bringing to life things that are only felt and seen on a spiritual level. And I see the spirit realm as the collective imagination, right? The collective imagination, the collective womb. It is the place where things are being created but are not fully formed yet. Yeah. And so where I have evolved my thinking of manifestation is I often used to talk about reality creation, and I still do, because I do believe that we create our own reality. But I increasingly feel like we are really choosing our realities, because I do think that all realities exist, and in the realm of possibility, in the imagination, in the collective womb, right? So what we're really doing is we're partnering with the reality that we feel resonant with to cause it to come into fruition, into like physical, dense reality. That's what we're doing. That's what manifestation is to me. And I just think the whole thing is very exciting. The idea that you can see something in your mind, you can imagine it, and you can bring it forth. You can see something and you can make it so that you can feel it. You know? I love that. So I want to talk a bit now about what my process is, for doing this. And because we're all very different people, everyone's process is going to be a little bit different. So I'm sharing this more so it can give you some ideas and prompts and consider some things you maybe haven't considered, particularly when it comes to your business. And I really think that if you are a person who believes in manifestation, uses manifestation practices, right, to increase the quality of your life, you should use it for your business. You should absolutely use it for your business. Why not? You know, why not? So I have some notes here because I want to make sure that I don't forget anything. So you will not be surprised that the number one, the very first step on my journey, my process of manifestation is destiny alignment. Destiny alignment. And I'll tell you why this is. I have had so many experiences. As I said, I consider myself to be a master manifester, so I've manifested a lot of things. But I have also had many things that I have not manifested, and I have really sat down with myself to understand, well, what is the difference between the times I have manifested what I wanted and the times I have not. And I've come to the conclusion that it is all about destiny. It's about how do you manifest the things that you are meant to have, right? And destiny can be a bit of a tricky subject for some people because they feel that I'm talking about fate. I'm not talking about fate. I believe you can create whatever you want, right, to an extent. But destiny really is a couple of things that are really important for us to understand as spiritual people, right? Destiny, and there are many ways I can describe it, but for the purposes of manifestation, I'll describe it like this. Destiny is really the parameters that you have chosen for yourself before you came, right? The parameters of life you've chosen for yourself, right, so that you will have the best life possible. And I come from a spiritual tradition that places destiny at the center of everything, right? Because we believe it's important. Because if you start to try and manifest things outside of your destiny, you are going to end up with disappointment. So we have this idea that when you are born, you really should start to understand what your destiny is so that you have more of a smooth life and existence. And it starts even with the name, right? Your name carries your frequency, your identity, your destiny, because identity and destiny very much go together, right? Your destiny is rooted in who you are and why you came and what you're here to do, and that is reflected in what you were called in my spiritual tradition, right? So destiny alignment is the number one thing you need to get right if you want to be a successful manifester for anything, but including your business, right? And this is some of the work that I do, which I think is pretty unique in my VIP day, the Destiny Offer, which is about creating a signature offer, but really it's about creating an offer that you were uniquely designed to bring into the world and deliver, that is rooted in your identity, your personal story, your most expansive self-concept, your skills, right? All of those things. And so creating a signature offer off the back of your destiny is really the fastest way to live a life that you are proud of, to create a business that you enjoy, right, and to make the impact that you were designed to make. And that is why we run the VIP day in that way, right? So the other element of destiny alignment, and why is this important, is because this whole world is really is designed to condition you out of your destiny, yeah? A lot of our desires are conditioned. They are not genuinely authentic to us. They are external. They've been put upon us through media, social media, family, peer pressure, right? All of these things are designed to condition us out of our destiny. And so you almost need to go through a period of deconditioning to really get to what your destiny is, right? Or you can get a reading, energy work, or work with someone like me to really understand what it is. But what we are really getting at is where what your spirit has decided, your heart aligns with what your mind understands and what your body can hold. You're looking for congruence. That is what destiny alignment is. And when you have that congruence between your mind, heart, body, that is, you have created the conditions that are going to make it easy for you to manifest. And I'm spending a bit of time here because this is so key. I really feel like one of the reasons why people do not manifest is because they have not achieved congruence between what they planned to do before they came. Some people call that a soul contract, a soul agreement, right? I don't like the word contract, but it's kind of getting at the point. The thing you decided before you came, what you truly desire apart from the conditioning of the world, what your mind can kind of grasp from a logical perspective, and what your body can contain, right, from an energetic capacity point of view. And when you have alignment between all of those areas, you have created the conditions for manifestation. So that is number one. On manifesting a successful business, you want destiny alignment. Number two is you need to be a vibrational match for the business that you're trying to create. And I'll be really honest with you guys, I really, really hate the phrase vibrational match. I think it's like spiritual woo-woo language. And I think that because I really didn't understand what it meant for a really, really long time, until I came across some other people who explained it in a way that I could understand. And one of those was in the concept and book Reality Transurfing. And the guy who wrote it didn't use these words, but kind of communicated an energy to me that made me understand this, which is that being a vibrational match to something is really about not putting something on a pedestal. In Reality Transurfing, he talks about not having too much importance, not placing too much importance on something, which is the same concept. Don't put something on a pedestal. And I think the opposite of that is not to look down on something. And this is actually a trap that many of us as spiritual entrepreneurs can fall into, which is that we can often almost feel like we are too good for money or too good for success because we are high vibe, and being high vibrational can really vibrate you out of money and still result in you being broke. So being a vibrational match is an art. It's something very nuanced, and it's something very important to get right. So if you're looking down on money, you think you're too good for money because you're spiritual, okay, and you think you're too good to help clients because you are spiritual, or you find it really difficult to engage with people's problems, as in the problems that people are going to pay money to solve, because you are so spiritual, right? You have vibrated yourself out of money and out of the energy of exchange, and this is not something that I hear a lot of people talk about, and it is absolutely key to manifesting success, right? You need to be a vibrational match to the success that you are calling in. You don't put it on a pedestal, and you don't look down upon it or the actions that are going to help you get there, right? That is how you know that you are a match to what you're asking for, okay? So what this really means is that you need to master the law of exchange, because really, if you think about manifestation, what it really is not so much creating something, but exchanging energy from one form to another. So you are not going to call in $1 million if you do not have $1 million already inside you. I did a masterclass a few months ago on magnetism, darkness and abundance, or money, I think it was called. And the entire class was about this, which is that money isn't outside of you, it is inside you, right? And money itself is not necessarily abundant. It is searching for abundance in people to exchange the abundance it has, which is money. Yeah. So if you have an abundance of, let me give you an example. If you have an abundance of beauty, as an example, you can exchange that abundance that you already have for money, right? Because you can get people, businesses, companies to pay you for what you have already in abundance. So money isn't coming to you just out of thin air. It's coming to you from an exchange of something that you recognize in yourself, firstly, and that you can realize in reality by learning how to monetize it. Okay, so you need to master the law of exchange, and that's part of being a vibrational match. So the third thing that I will talk about is that you need to master your focus. You need to master your focus. Everything that I have manifested, including my business success, has come from being relentlessly focused, mastering my attention, because we know that wherever we put our attention will expand, right? And so if you can really dial in how to focus on the things that you want versus what you do not want, you are almost all of the way there in terms of being able to manifest success in your business, right? And so this shows up really interestingly sometimes with my clients, because they know that they should be doing certain activities, right? Whether it's posting on social media, whether it's pitching podcasts, whether it's having a stand in a market, whatever it is, right, for their business to be visible. And if they feel like they're not seeing the results, I would say a good 50% of the time, it's not that it's the wrong action, it's they just haven't been doing the action they know they should do because they are distracted, because they are not focused. Focus is challenging for so many of us because many of us are neurodivergent, okay? But being able to tap into how we direct attention and energy is a prerequisite for being able to direct reality, okay? So, you know, all of this is really about being in the energy of a creator. It's being in the energy of leadership and power, yeah? And so if you do not even have the power to control where your attention goes, you are really going to struggle with having power over reality and having power over making your business do what you want it to do, yeah? So focus and attention is really a form of energy management, and it is critical, absolutely critical for manifesting success in business, okay? Number 4, you need to translate your desire, your ambition, your goal, your destiny, yeah, into a strategy, right? And this is my special sauce, right? This is what I do. This is what I've done for myself for years and what I teach my clients to do. And so there are a couple of reasons for this. This isn't just about you need to take action, right? You do need to take action. I'm not even really going to talk about this in this podcast because I'm hoping that if you follow me, you know that's obvious. You need to take some action. But strategy is taking the right action, but it's also an energetic practice. And this is something I really want you to take away from this episode, which is that strategy is an energetic practice, right? So what is happening when you do this? And why are we doing this? You're translating your desire and your destiny into a strategy, into a set of actions in terms of how you will do it. Because this in itself is a manifestation process, right? You're taking an idea, you're taking a spiritual concept, you're taking an imagination, a visualization, and you're making it practical. And when you do that, you are detaching from the outcome, right? And you are translating your focus onto the process. And this is part of the reason why people get tripped up with manifestation, is that they spend all of their time just attached to the overall outcome that they're trying to achieve. So for example, let's say that your goal is you're trying to make 10k months, okay? That's fine. you want to quickly move from that goal of 10k months into a set of activities that's naturally going to get you there, right? And that is putting your energy, the energy you have around your desire, into something else so that you can work with it. So I would translate that 10k month ambition into a set of activities such as I want to post once, 5 times a week on Instagram. I want to make sure I've got 1 sales call a week. I want to send a newsletter a week, right? I've translated my desire and my goal into a set of actions that resonate with me, which is going to help me detach from that goal and fall in love with the process, find joy in the process and in creation and in the exchange that I'm giving it, in order to get that goal. Hopefully this makes sense, what I'm trying to convey, right? You need to quickly get detached from that overall ambition and work with it and move it into a different form of energy. And the first way to do that is translating it into a strategy, okay? And this is really, really key. So you've created attachment from doing that. Now, the next thing that I want you to do, this is number 5, is that you need to go on a process of testing and learning. Now, because I talk about destiny alignment a lot, I think this can result in a bit of confusion, that you're going to immediately get everything right and you're going to have all the steps that you need. Not necessarily, okay? What you are doing is you are creating a path of alignment. And along that path, you're going to be testing and you're going to be learning. You're going to be testing and you're going to be learning. You're going to be shifting your strategy and you're going to be testing. You're going to be shifting it and you're going to be testing. And then you're going to be seeing the results. And it's a process like this. It's iterative, okay? So I often call this process the offer hype cycle. If you were a technologist, you might be familiar with hype curves or hype cycles, right? So when a new technology comes in, we get really excited about it all of a sudden, and then we kind of get disillusioned because it doesn't do what we thought it was going to do. It doesn't meet the promises. And then at some point it kind of goes away, then it comes back and people start to find ways to use it properly. This cycle, this curve, is a spiritual principle. It's like a spiritual law. This is the way things work. So let me give you a few ways this works when it comes to your offer, when it comes to your business in general, right? And this is something that I often warn my clients is going to happen when they work with me, okay? Because we are not above the laws. The laws are the laws, right? So you get this kind of destiny spark, you get a download, you get very excited, right? We might have created an offer and we've infused so much energy into it. We're like, yep, we're going for it, we're excited, okay? Right, so that is the feeling that is like, it's like intimacy when you create a baby, okay? It is that climax. We need that in order to create life. So we have that trigger at the beginning, okay? Then you kind of move into the peak of inflated expectations, which is like the illusion of instant alignment. The illusion of instant alignment, right? And this is where, as I said, you assume that because your offer is deeply aligned, that you are immediately going to get results. That everything is going to fall into place effortlessly, okay? And you're in that for a while. And then you move into the trough of disillusionment, okay, which I really feel is your true initiation, because now you're at the point where you're like, I had that feeling, I was looking forward to it, I felt aligned, I thought my intuition was telling me something, and it hasn't worked out like you thought it was going to, okay? This is where your initiation truly begins, okay, where you need to sit with yourself, you need to make a commitment to your destiny, okay? Because, and again, I keep saying I'm going to talk about commitment in another episode, which I think I will, but you need to make a commitment, because now you're past the dating phase and all of the hormones and everything, okay? But now you need to come into true commitment and marriage with your destiny and be like, I don't care what it looks like on the outside. I know that I'm called to this. I know that there are lots of people that I need to help, and I'm in for as long as it's going to take for me to achieve the outcome that I know I'm called to do. And this is your initiation. Okay. So once you get past that, if you get past it, because so many people really give up at this point. They give up on this point, and then they go and start the entire process again, not realizing they're starting in a completely new spiritual roller coaster instead of just keeping going with where they are. So if you manage to get past this initiation, you start to move into, on the tech side we call it like the slope of enlightenment, but I would say it's refinement through realignment. Refinement through realignment. And you realize that alignment on its own isn't enough. You need to add a level of skill. You need to add skill. So this might be, you need to learn how to communicate your message. You need to refine your message. You need to be really clear on who your people are. You need to learn very practical things to birth your offer into the world, because you are committed to it. Your calling has called you, your people have called you, and so whatever skill you need to learn, whoever you need to hire, whatever tools and accessories you need, you are willing to do what it takes to birth this, okay? And then you move into actual productivity or embodied mastery. Yeah, where you're starting to get results, you're starting to get sustainability and consistency as a result of all of that work and the initiation that you have been through, okay? So this is why I really want you to understand that testing and learning is an important part of manifestation. It is important. This is not about hustle, right? This is about strategy. This is about orientating yourself, understanding what is coming, right? So positioning yourself to be able to ride the embodiment roller coaster, okay? And it's something that you need to get to. You need to know it's coming and you need to get to it, right? So I think that the final thing that I would say, so this will be number 6, I think, is patience. You need to master patience. And I wrote a thread about this week, and I really define patience this way. Patience is about releasing attachment to the timeline. It's not about embracing a slow pace. It's not about rejecting speed. It's just releasing attachment to the timeline. And a lot of this is about releasing attachment, because that's how we maintain a vibrational match to what we want. So while everyone else is chasing quantum leaps, okay, you can be mastering patience, yeah? Because ironically, patience is the thing that is going to unlock acceleration, because you are detached from the timeline, yeah? If you know that what is for you is coming anyway, you do not need to rush. It's going to be amazing when it comes. So you don't need to rush. There is absolutely no need. So those are the key steps, right, in terms of how I have manifested successful businesses, right? This is now my 3rd business. I have manifested a successful career. It's all the same principles, right? But I've given you a little bit more of a business flavour in this episode. If you want multiple 6 figures in your business, which, by the way, I believe is necessary, okay? Necessary for people who are here doing destiny work. I really want you to master how to manifest that into your business, okay? And as always, I'm here to support you with that. I'll give you a little insight into how I can support you, because it has changed, and we've relaunched some offers here at the Dream Factory, and I have 3 VIP days for you to choose from. And all of my VIP days now work this way. So we start with a 3-hour strategy session, and then I go away for a week and I will create your strategy, your sales assets, with a combination of my strategic mastery and energetic mastery, right? And I will be creating things that resonate with you, that I've seen in your destiny, that are based on business principles, but will also help you shift your frequency so that you achieve the outcome that you are looking for, okay? So that they all work the same way. You could be launching your offer, launching your messaging, or launching your strategy all within 1 week. And then I present everything back to you. So if you would like to find out more about that, you can go to my website. The 3 VIP days I have are the Destiny offer, where we create your signature offer that aligns to your destiny and sells itself. The Destiny message. This is if you already have a validated offer, but you want to master your organic content game. So that you can sell your offer, and it's very, very close to my heart because I have built this iteration of my business primarily from organic content, and so in this offer I'm helping you do the same thing by really dialing in your messaging. And then the third one is the Sacred Strategy. So this is about how you can create a fully booked business and multiple 6 figures through sustainable systems, okay? And sustainable systems that honour your energetic capacity, right? Because we don't have all of the time and energy that everybody else has as spiritual entrepreneurs and spiritual practitioners. So I feel like I talked a lot today, but I really wanted to share that with you because it's been on my heart for a while. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. So until then, stay aligned and stay strategic.